3, 2, go.
Hey, this is Leonard from Rocky Mountain Bee Supply. Gonna do a quick video here of installation of a nuc. First off, what you see here is one of our nucs that we produced this year. It came in the Pro Nuc container. We're going to be putting it into one of the hives here. This is actually a 4-way pallet that you're seeing here. Inside the nuc, what you normally get when you order a nuc is 5 frames that are already drawn out. Usually your 2 outer frames are honey, and your 3 inner frames are going to be some kind of a mix of brood through the various stages from eggs, larvae, pupa, as well as some pollen that's been packed in. These girls look real good. We just set them out here. That they've already done some orientation flights right next to the hive that they're going to go into. So to get them into the hive, it really is really simple and easy. So remember, you have 5 frames here. This is a 10 frame Langstroth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out 5 frames because that's what we're replacing in that space there. But I'm also going to take out either 2 or 3 extras, and that gives me extra room to maneuver these frames as we're installing them. First thing I want to do is take my hive tool, go ahead and break the propolis seal between each of these frames because they're pretty well propolized up. You won't be able to just reach in with your fingers and pull them up. You still got to break that propolis. And then once we break that up, they'll be fairly easy to pull out with your just by your hands. Okay, now since we're working on the left side of the box, I want to go in order that the frames are in the nuc itself. I don't want to mix up the order. I don't want to reverse the order. I don't want to invert the frames. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the outside frame. This frame should be mainly honey, nectar. Ooh, yeah, it is. You can see nice amount of pollen already going in. Good amount of nectar already being packed in. So they look really good on this frame. And that's exactly what I'm expecting on this outside frame. Okay, I'm going to set them in with plenty of room, and then I'm going to gently slide it up next to the frame beside it. And then we're going to do the same thing for the next 4 frames. I'm going to take this one out. You can already see some nice cap brood on here with some wet brood mixed in there. Nice pollen up around the edges. So it's looking pretty good. As I'm putting them in, that's what I want to do is inspection and see what's in here. I actually see some multiple stages of larva development from small eggs all the way up. So I know the queen's already in here. I already know that she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. Same thing with this side. Nice mix. Seeing both a mix of cap brood and open brood. And there's my queen. She's right there. You can already see her walking around, and she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. So it's really neat to identify the queen. You don't have to. What you do really want to do is actually see those eggs, and you know she's in there and she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. But yeah, she's a real pretty queen. And you can see her walking around right there. She's not going to like the sunlight too much, so yeah, she's still doing her job. She's walking around. You can see her sticking her head in. She's inspecting the cells. So looks like she's already doing what she's supposed to do. And if you saw her there, she stuck her head in, she inspected it. But if you notice, she's going to the back side of the frame where it's shaded. She's not going to like this sun for very long. But you can see her, she's still walking around there. She's looking really good, inspecting all the cells. Look, now she's dipping her thorax in, and she just laid an egg. I couldn't ask for more than seeing that right now. She's doing a great job. There she just did it again. Great looking queen, young queen, and she's doing a great job. So now I know where she's at. So as I set this in, I want to keep space open here and very gently slide it up against the other frame. I want to be careful because I know right where that queen is, and I don't want to inadvertently smash it in there or do something that I'd regret. The rest of the frames I'm going to go ahead and take out and inspect. I see a nice mix of open and capped brood. I see a nice mix of pollen surrounding that, and then a little bit of honey up in the corners. It looks like a very typical pattern of what you would want to see. Okay, now we're on to the fourth frame here. This one's a little bit heavier. I could feel it already. I could see capped honey on this one. So a little bit heavier on the honey, still pollen, still some capped brood, and it looks like open brood with some eggs down on the center there. So I'm liking this queen quite a bit. She's brand new, but she looks like she knows exactly what she's doing. And here's the last frame. You can see they've just drawn out wax, and there's just a little bit of nectar going in on this one. So they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, all frames went in. They went in the same order. Nothing got reversed. I'm going to go ahead, gently push those back together, and I'm going to replace those two frames that we took out initially. And then what I'm going to do, you can see this big gap here. I'm going to go ahead and center up those frames so they're smushed together, but they're centered. Now you can see there's still several bees inside the box. We can either turn this upside down and thump them in, which we can definitely do, or any that are left, don't worry about them. Leave them out here, and they're gonna find out where their queen is, and they'll be in there by this evening. We've got our lid, put our lid right back on, and we've just successfully installed a nuc into our own hive. Again, this is Leonard with Rocky Mountain Bee Supply. Thank you for watching this video.